if you enable the links in the toolbar, which are down here, links, you have to right click on the taskbar and go to toolbars and and check links. Now if you uncheck it, let me just do that for a minute, they disappear. So if you ever want to get rid of them, you just uncheck them, and if you check them, they come back. Now what are those links? It's actually the old name from the XP Vista times. Right now it's called Favorites bar, and it's in Explorer. Let me just bring them up for a minute. You see, those are all shortcuts to web pages that I have stored here. I store them because either I refer to them very often or I still want to read something in them. This is more a temporary storage, although some of mine are pretty permanent. And how do they get there? If you launch the Internet Explorer, you have this little star up here, and if you put CNN.com in here, for example, just as an example, okay, and then click on the little star, then you find in the links, you find CNN.com as a last entry. Now we don't want to keep that, so you just right click on it and delete, and you get rid of it. The favorites bar, if you want to include folders, for example, like I've done, for example up here, let me show you. These are all the tutorials I have stored somewhere else. And this is a folder, as you can see here. If you want to include a folder, you go to the little star up here and go to favorites bar. It's not called links anymore. It used to be called links, but now you have to go to favorites bar, and here you see you have all the links that I clicked on. Oops, no, I lost it. Oops, where is it? Favorites bar, here it is. Favorites bar. So there are all the links, and somewhere must be the folder. Here's my articles, okay. The folder. So if you want to create more, you just have to create more folders when you bring this up. When you go to add to favorites, and when you're on favorites, you make a new folder if you want to create a new folder, so that you have a folder also in the links or in the favorites bar. That's actually all about links. It's pretty easy and pretty handy, because you read something, you think, oh gee, maybe I'll read this a little later. Just click on the little star, and then if you have time a little later, and click on the links down here, and you find the thing back. Now it's wise to weed this out from time to time, because something you might have been interested in last week, maybe you read it, you're no more interested, you just delete it, right click and delete, that's all. So, nice little feature.